Hey, what's up guys? Benevolent Dickness here. Got another pickup video for you today. The guy I usually go and see, you know, like if you saw my last pickup videos, you know, it's usually $5 a game, at least for all the stuff that's not behind the counters, quote unquote. But today was a little different. I didn't pay anything for any of these. I did a trade-in. Now that I think about it, I feel a little ripped off, maybe a little bit. There was a couple things I traded in that I would have liked to have kept, but they were, you know, mostly PS3 things. I also traded in my Grand Theft Auto 5. I think I got $15 credits for that, which, you know, I kind of regret, but I played the shit out of Grand Theft Auto 5 already, and everybody I know owns it. I can knock on any one of my neighbor's door, and they all own GTA 5. I already finished the game. I got my, you know, completing the game thing, you know, which is nuts. So, I mean, I'm good on Grand Theft Auto 5 now, so I don't feel too bad about that. I also traded him some miscellaneous, like, DVDs, because he takes those. So, you know, there's a couple games I regret giving him, but overall, you know, whatever. So, let me show you what I got here. Okay, well, I only got 2 dust sleeves this time, but, you know, that's cool. They'll probably go on more worthy games. In fact, I already picked out the games that I want to put them on, which is Vice Project Doom and Castlevania 3. So, welcome to the club. These get to go into the shelf with the other, you know, maybe 5% of my games have these dust sleeves, you know. So actually a new goal for mine is to actually get dust sleeves for all the games I feel that need them, but these 2 are now in the club. Anyway, so here, this is what we got. First up, we got Dragon Spirit, a Bandai published game, I guess. Just a little dusty. I'll clean all that off, and a little damage to the label, but you know, I don't care about that so much. But Dragon Spirit, it's basically a shmup shooter-up. I don't really care for shmup shooter-ups, to be honest. For years I hated shmup shooter-ups. I just thought I sucked at them, and I didn't really like them until I started playing them on the SNES and 16-bit systems, and then I was like, oh yeah, shmups are actually really fun, you know, and I got good at a couple SNES ones. And then from the SNES, I was able to work my way backwards and kind of find some fun for the shmups on the NES library. So, you know, I'm coming back around to shmups on the NES a little bit, although, because there's so goddamn many of them, you know, from your Sky Sharks and your old classics like Xevious and all of these games, and it's, you know, I just didn't really care for shmups. But one of my favorite NES games is Gyrus, obviously. If you haven't seen my review of that, check that out, even though that's a special kind of shmup. But other than that, you know, I'm not a fan of them too much. But this shmup's pretty unique as you play a dragon and blah blah blah. But I'm not too familiar with it, but I've seen videos on it and stuff, and I definitely think it's one worth owning, and you know, I'm going to play it and see that, make sure that I want to keep it in my collection, but I believe it's going to be. So that's one of them, Dragon Spirit. Next we got Kobo Triangle. It's a classic rare game. If you like RC Pro-Am and other good rare games like Captain Skyhawk, this is right up that alley. I don't know what to say, it's kind of like a racing game, but with time challenges, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but and it's got that graphical, what I consider the classical rare graphic style, which looks like, you know, games like RC Pro-Am and Snake, what's it called, Rock and Roll Snake or whatever, Snake Rattle and Roll. And Marble Madness isn't a rare game, but that kind of graphical style, which only rare games really did, I think, makes them stand out as a developer on the NES. But yeah, I'll have to play this game more just to make sure I'm not got nostalgia goggles or whatever, but decent shape overall, nothing special, nothing too much to complain about there. Next we got Commando. I've never had Commando, believe it or not. I believe I rented this one growing up, I believe I played it. But I think this is a classic old school Capcom title without, you know, I don't think I can bitch about this one. I don't think it's Trojan, I don't think it's one of those kind of lesser Capcom titles. I think this is a good one. It's safe to assume that it's better than Ikari Warriors, yeah? I think it's co-op, I'm not too sure. I think it's a spiritual prequel to Bionic Commando, or they're sort of related in story arc, I don't know. But I think this is one of the classic sort of, you know, top-down shooter games. It might not be as good as like a Heavy Barrel or a Contra or something, but another one for the Capcom Tower, which is getting pretty full, to be honest. Good shape, I'd say, for the old Capcom stuff. I like their stuff with the old Capcom. They're like the black box games of Capcom. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm glad to have that one. I don't think, you know, I'm gonna have any problems with that. Commando. Okay, what's next? Defender of the Crown. This one I'm interested to check out. I'm not sure I'm going to even like this game. Some people hate it, some people love it. it seems to be my impression of it. I really don't have very much experience with it, so it's unique for an NES game. I think it's based off a PC game, so on NES that could be a bad thing because they couldn't really pull those off too good. But sometimes they work out. It's under the Ultra label, but I don't think it's a Konami produced game or developed game. I think it's developed by someone else. A lot of times Konami did release games on the Ultra label that were Konami games, but they also released games from other companies too, like Electronic Arts. I think did the Skate or Die games, and I think Nightshade was someone else, and then you got games like Q*bert, which were you know, Gottlieb or whatever, and you know, so it was, and Pirates, which was another computer game kind of like this, I think, which was not developed by Konami but released under their subsidiary label. But yeah, I look forward to checking it out. It's in fine, acceptable condition, except I think it was left out in the sun because this looks black and white up here. So it's got sun damage, I guess you call it, because I think that's supposed to be colored, but at least it has an end label, right? So, you know, no complaints. We'll see if this appeals to me. If not, you know, I might not keep it, but definitely think it was worth checking out, and you know, for $5 I definitely wanted to check it out. So yep, Defender of the Crown. Next we got, let's see here, ooh, Seacross, I believe it's pronounced. Seacross, I don't know. Cycross, Seacross, I believe it is. This is one I'm not very familiar with either. I don't think I've actually really ever played this one. It's kind of a shmup, but it's got its own thing. It's looks like it's fun. I recently saw, what's the guy's name, do this. He did like a review on it and said it was like his favorite NES game, and it actually kind of brought it to my attention because I'd forgot about it. It's kind of like a not a vertical, but a side-scrolling shooter game, shmup, sorta. But it's got kind of that futuristic Tron edge to it, I guess. I'm not sure. But I can't wait to check it out, and you know, seems like a pretty good game. Underrated gem, maybe. But again, it's one of those games that seems people either like it or they hate it. Love it or hate it, really. So we'll see, but never owned it, never really played it. Seacross, I don't know. But yeah. Alright, the last two. Hopefully there's a gem here. I don't know. Hopefully there's a gem here though, because I traded all those damn games for this, and hopefully there's one that just makes me not feel so bad. So, first off we have Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I want to say I know what this game is. I think I've heard of it. I can't really picture it. I don't know if this is a good one or a bad one at the time of this video. So this is one I got on a whim. I want to say I've heard of it, and I want to say it's a good one, but I could be totally wrong. It's obviously a later NES release title because Nintendo Entertainment System thing that seemed to came out on a lot of the older, the later releases. But yeah, Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I don't really have much to say other than I hope it's good. So yeah, that's Worm. I guess it was by Asmic, who I don't know too much about. And last but not least, one that I've wanted for a while and never really played either is the Battle of Olympus. I kind of forget what this one is too. In my head I kind of can see screenplays of it and little shots of it, but I'm not too sure. This one was on my list of games that I wanted though, so I assume that it's a good title. Published by Broad or Bond. I'm not too familiar with titles with them. I know they did like Lode Runner and games like that. I'll have to look at my collection, see what else I got by them. But yeah, I think it's, you know, an action platformer with, you know, some sort of things. Probably, I think it's a hybrid like Castlevania meets, you know, something else, maybe, not sure. Very good condition on this one, in my opinion, you know. The usual, gotta clean that off and stuff, but, you know, totally fair condition for $5. Yeah, so that's what I got. So, between the two dust sleeves and everything else, I got the 7 games for $35. I guess it would have costed me, except I paid nothing because it was a trade-in. Kind of wish I just paid the guy cash, to be honest, but you know, we'll see if there's a real good gem here or something. Hopefully between Battle Olympus and the Worm game, maybe Defender, we'll see. But between those two, and I'm really happy. I mean, I'm really happy to have all these, so you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, just wanted to share what I got there, and that's game pickups number 2. So thanks for watching, I guess, and hopefully I have more reviews sooner than later than these talking things, which I never even intended to really do on my video. But I suppose it's good practice for me to, you know, talk to a camera and shit. And, you know, people watch these and it seems to strike up conversation and stuff. So, yeah, you know, it's cool. I'll keep doing them as long as it's positive. Alright guys, later.